Welcome, dearest friends. I am so thrilled to invite you on a meaningful December adventure. We are embarking on a 31-day journey where we will be documenting the season through a unique journal-filled promise, but not just any promise, God's promise. This is going to be no ordinary record, but a precious blend of a travel log, diary, sketchbook, and devotional. Each day we will intertwine scripture verses and assurances that are whispered in quiet moments, with illustrations and glimpses into our daily walk, tracing how the Lord leads, how He uplifts and carries us. In doing so, we will focus on His love, His grace, and His hope through the birth of our Lord and King, Jesus. As the December days unfold, may these shared journals become a testament to our fellowship during this blessed time. I'm Ingrid with Caratuti, and I welcome you with an open heart on this endeavor that we are calling Sprinkles of Daily Tidings. I can't wait to walk alongside you this season in documenting the gifts of the Advent together. Let's begin. I hope you're all doing well today. Excuse my voice, and I have a cough drop in so that I can make it through this video. But I wanted to get through this because December 1st is approaching quickly and I'm running out of time. So this year I wanted to take on a new project, and I'm calling it a Sprinkle of Daily Tidings. And the base of this is going to be, instead of a traditional December planner or December daily, we are going to be writing out affirmations that God has given us and that we can hold firm on. I think that with this season, and there's so many people that I know that are just struggling right now, and just this is a hard time for a lot of people. And I think that God wants us cemented in His word, and I thought this would be a great way to do that. So I am going to show you, I have a free kit for you guys, and I have it linked down below in the description. Also, if you're not already following, I would love for you to consider becoming a subscriber. And then also, if you hit the bell right underneath this video, you will get access to all my videos. Anytime I post, it will send you a notification. And then, of course, if you like this video, I would love a thumbs up. It really helps the algorithm and to throw it out to other people who might not see this. So I'm going to start off with the kit that you get. I did 3 different covers that you can do. I did this blue, this pink, and this, like, I guess it's pink as well, but it's more of a peachy pink. And then also you can do these as well without the title, so it's just the background paper. And we're just going to go through some of the papers and ephemera. So we'll start off with the numbers that you guys have seen in my Christmas kits. And on this one, we're going to do a tan, a lime green, and a red. And then the ephemera. Everything on this kit is hand-drawn and very whimsical. And I'm so excited to finally do something like this. Last year, one of my Winter Wonderland kit was similar, and I thought this year with the theme of our daily tidings, I thought oops, that's an extra label. I thought it would be really fitting to kind of keep it minimal, keep it sweet, and just let the words speak. Here is the ephemera pages. As you can see, all of the colors are pretty much, this is your color palette. And I'm absolutely in love with this kit. I know I say it all the time, and it's completely free for you to use. And you don't have to use it to do this with us, but I would love for you to join. And if you're part of my, and these are the background papers, if you're part of my Patreon, then you will be getting extra freebies on there. And if you haven't joined my Patreon and are thinking about it, it's a great time to do so. I feel like there's 2 pages here, maybe not. This is all printed on 100-pound cardstock. But on my Patreon, I have a lot of freebies. I try to do at least several a month. I love these numbers. They're in this blue, the pink, green, and then this pink, which is a little bit different than that one. And I think this will be a really great base to start the journal. So I'm going to go ahead and start building one with you. So this is what we call a traveler's notebook style journal. And I don't know what happened to my paper there, so I'm going to switch it out with another piece. And I'm using the 100-pound cardstock here. You're going to need 9 pages, and here you can decide to either use cardstock or copy paper. And what I'm going to do is just fold every single one over so that it folds directly in half. And you're going to want to go ahead and burnish down the edge here just to make it lay more flat. I'm going to show you the difference. So that's it without doing anything. And then when I take my bone folder, you can see the difference, how the pages lay. And I messed it up a little bit. Let's see if I can. There we go. Now from this part, you're going to just join 4 pages on one and 5 on the other. And now you can decide if you want the 4 in the front or the 4 in the back, and it really doesn't matter. And we are going to take these and do a pamphlet stitch. Now, you can get as technical as you want here. I'm going to keep things very easy. We are not going to measure a single thing. And we're just going to quickly bind this. I want this to be a project that you're not dreading about doing, that you start on, you don't put a lot of, not thought, but that you don't really focus too much on the details of it other than what it's truly meant for. And so I'm going to just eyeball here where I think the middle is, and this looks good to me. So I'm going to take my owl tool, and any kind of pokey tool will work. And then I want to go up about an inch down from the top, and then the same about an inch up from the bottom. And again, it does not have to be perfect. Now, at this point, you can take some binder clips or some paper clips and just clip them together. And then I'm going to do the same thing here. And again, I'm going to estimate my middle somewhere around here. about an inch down, and then an inch up. If you've never done a traveler's notebook style notebook before, I think you're going to fall in love with the ease of it and how fun it is. And if you've never thought about planning before, this is a really great way to plan. Okay, and then the hardest part for me is going to be picking one of these to make into my cover. And I think I'm going to go with the pink. Now, because my printer prints with borders, I have to cut the borders out. I guess I could have added some extra paper. Maybe we'll do that. I'm going to show you what I mean. Okay, when you're going to fold this over, you're going to notice that because the paper had a border, there is a difference between the top and the bottom. So you have a couple of different ways that you can approach this. You can either extend your papers, which is I think what I'm going to do here, or you can leave it, or you can cut down these pages. So the best way that I found to do these is probably once I've bound them, then just using a straight or a metal ruler. I'm going to use a X-Acto knife or some kind of blade kind of cutter, and I'm just going to cut the pieces off. But I think what I'm going to do in this case is we're going to extend this, and I think since I was kind of going back and forth with this, okay, what I'm going to do is measure it like so. So I'm going to make sure that I am probably a little overhanging off of my pages, and then I'm going to fold it there. And then I know that I'm off by that much. And I think what I'm going to do, let's see. I don't like that. So what I think I'm going to do is add some of the number paper. This one is going to go. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to extend this, and I'm just going to glue this down to this piece. And now what I do think I want to do here is I want to add some extra folds here. So now that I know that that is going to be my middle, I'm going to go ahead, and I'm not pressing it down all the way because I want it to be kind of, actually I am going to press all the way. Okay, I'm going to press this down all the way now that I know that that was my middle point. And what I'm going to do here is take my measure it out. I'm going to align this somewhere where I can see it and make sure that I'm okay. And then I'm just going to go every, I believe these are 1/8 of an inch maybe, but every notch I'm going to do 4 total. And you guys have seen me do this before. Actually, I'm going to do 1 extra one. Okay. And this gives me a flexibility in my spine so that when I add bulk, this allots for it. So you can feel free to go through each of those and burnish them down, but you can already see that it's giving me a nice little booklet shape. And again, since I told you that I wasn't going to measure anything, I'm going to just add an extension here, and just using my, I'm just going to mark. And since I'm using the pencil, which did not mark hardly, but I think I can see it. Okay, I'm going to cut just slightly inside that line so that I don't have to erase. And then we are going to add this here. Now you have a couple of options. We can glue this down. We can glue this down. We can use washi tape or any other kind of ribbon or anything. And I think I'm just going to glue it down because I think that's really cute. And then you could also, you have the option, you can glue it inside like this or on the outside. I think I like the outside. So I'm just going to take some glue, and I want to make sure to have a decent enough amount attached. And make sure to smush all that glue in. And when I did that, it moved just a little. That's the joy of working with wet glue, is that you can move it around. And then my booklet, you can see here, it's not 100% square because, you know, when I cut out, you guys already know I'm a terrible cutter. So when I cut out the cover or the borders on the cover, it was probably off a little bit, but it's not going to show in the long run. And then on the inside, I'm going to leave it for now because we'll be decorating it later. So we're going to go ahead and do our stitching, and we really are almost done. Big needle, and I'm going to, I think I'm going to do green because I think that that's pretty. And as a rule, it's usually 3 times, roughly. And then I want 2 of those since I have 2 booklets. I hope I'm not going to be watching this back later and wondering what I was talking about, since this was like a fever dream. Let me know in the comments if I'm going off the rails a little. Okay, so I picked out this big needle because I knew that I was on here and I didn't want to get messed up. So now you're going to want to decide if you want your threads. Oh, that must be my nails. If you want your tails to be on the inside or the outside of the book. I want them to be on the inside. So I'm going to start from the middle and go out. And I'm going to hold this in place because I want this tail to come out. I'm going to go in through the top. And then I'm going to go down the bottom and back in through the middle. And I want to try not to get the middle of the thread. So not when I come back up through the middle, I don't want to pierce the thread, which I don't think I did. And then here, what I like to do is make sure that my thread is on either side. I also want to, I want to tighten it, but without being, you don't want to rip the pages. I'm using 100-pound cardstock, so it's not that big of a deal. And we're just going to do three knots. And I'm going to leave my tails hanging until I'm ready to decide what I'm going to do with this. I thought maybe we can add some embellishments down here, so I'm just going to leave that. And now I'm going to do the exact same thing with the second signature. Does your embroidery thread do that? I don't know how to stop that. Okay, back through the bottom. Oops, I almost lost my thread here. And then again, trying not to pierce it. Up the middle. And don't forget to tighten it. Okay. We are almost done. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take some Hug Snug, and this is seam binding, and I believe the color, let's see, it's chalk white, and I have this listed in my Amazon storefront. This is really great. You can dye it any color that you want, and maybe we'll do that later on, but for now I'm just going to take each, let me grab these off of here first. All I'm going to do is tie the signatures in using some seam binding. And I just think that this is just very whimsical and cute. You can do it however you want. If you wanted to sew through this, that way your signatures stay, you could do that. And I think that's going to be a good amount, and I'm going to go ahead and use this to measure out another piece. I always cut too much, but I figure it's better than not enough. When in doubt, always add a little more. That's my motto. Okay, I'm going to start with the first one. And we're just going to tie this like a shoe, like in a regular bow. And I'm going to leave it long because if I end up dyeing it a color and I want in it like scrunches up, which I'll show you what that looks like. This has been dyed, and so you can see it's all like crinkly. It's going to shrink, so I think that I'll leave it longer. And then on this one, the only thing I want to do when I'm tying the bows is I want to make sure that they're offset in both bows. Just a little. So that my bows are a little closer. They're besties. They want to hang out. And I think that is so cute. And we're going to be adding a ton of trims and stuff. Or I mean, you know, as much as you want. But there we go. We are ready to start on December 1st. So I hope that you'll join me. Don't forget to download your copy of the kit. And if you want to use your own papers, you can use your own papers and follow along. Really, there's no rules. Whatever you feel in your heart to do is great. And if you haven't, I have all my important information is listed below this video. So I have my Patreon link as well as my Amazon storefront. So anything that I use, any kind of glues and stuff, I have them listed down below if you want to take a look at to see what, you know, the names and stuff. And I try to find, you know, the best prices on things. So did a little bit of legwork there for you. And that's about it. Don't forget, if you haven't subbed, and hit the little bell so that you get notified anytime a new video comes out. Do that right now. This is a great time. That way you don't miss any parts of this series. And we will be filming once a day starting December 1st. We will be doing a page together using the affirmations. And so this year is going to be a little different. I'm not going to have them pre-printed. We're going to do them together, and I think that'll be a lot of fun, and that way you're doing it with me. So thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you so very much that you took time out of your day, and I hope that this kit and that this project just blesses your heart, and that it fills you with God's peace and with his joy and comfort and the promises that he has given you, because you're awesome, you are special, and you are loved. And I thank you. Thank you to my patrons. I love you guys. I love you all so much. Thank you, and I'll see you soon. Bye.